Okay, so there we go. My game of the year 2022 has to be Sniper Elite 5, as you can see here in the gameplay. But it's been a bit of a journey, to be honest, because if you asked me way back in the first half of the year when Sniper Elite 5 came out, this definitely would not have been my game of the year. In fact, I played like the first level of Sniper Elite 5 and I was very, very lukewarm on this game. You know, and I'm a big Sniper Elite fan. I was very much, I don't know if this is any good or not. This might be a little bit boring. It doesn't look that great. It doesn't seem to play that great. And I left it for a long time before I came back to it again. And one of the things about this channel is I don't play that many new games. You know, there's loads of content about DayZ, which has been around since 2013. We have content about PUBG. I do quite a lot of Call of Duty, and that's new kind of every year. A bit of Battlefield as well, and then other things spread in. But I don't play all the new AAA or even budget titles. But the beauty with having the Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, where you get the games on PC as well, is that you don't have to pay for them. And maybe that was a little bit, because I knew that Sniper Elite 5 was coming to Game Pass, so I thought, well, I'm not going to pre-order it, I'm not going to buy it. When it comes out, yeah, I'll play it. But I was a bit laissez-faire about it. And as I say, when I first played it, I was a bit like, well, it's kind of alright, but I don't think it really is doing anything different or better than Sniper Elite 4. How wrong I was. So eventually I came back to it and I thought, no, I'm going to spend some time with Sniper Elite 5 because I really love Sniper Elite. And I took the time to learn the new mechanics and work my way through these levels. And now it blows me away. I think Sniper Elite 5 is probably, it's the ultimate Sniper Elite. It's the best Sniper Elite by far, because what they've done is they've addressed some of the main problems that Sniper Elite has. And the first main problem that Sniper Elite had was close quarters combat, and specifically the problem of bumping into enemies in tight urban environments, especially in buildings and things like that. So what used to happen in Sniper Elite is that you'd be creeping around in an urban area, and I always used to hate the urban areas in Sniper Elite because you'd see the detection clouds around a soldier, but you wouldn't have spotted them yet, but you weren't quite sure where they were. And loads of times what would happen is you would just come around a corner and an enemy soldier would be there looking straight at you. They would immediately go to red, start firing at you, set off all the alarms, and you would have lost your stealth capability. So what they've added in this Sniper Elite is the ability to slow down time a little bit, and for Carl to concentrate on listening. This is the kind of mechanic. So on controller, what you do is you click in your right stick and hold it in, and the screen kind of goes at like a reddish colour, and everything slows down a little bit, and you can see through walls. Now I know you might say, what? You can see through walls, X-ray vision, but you have to bear with me. What it's simulating is the idea that Carl is really concentrating on listening around him for enemies. You know, like you would if you're in that situation. And if someone was just round the corner, walking around, you would be able to sense that somebody was there, wouldn't you? And you wouldn't just blunder around the corner into them. And that means that now you can do that. Now you can't spot them in this situation. They do stay spotted for a little bit, but you can't sort of permanently spot them. But it enables you to then adjust your tactics, and then take them from another angle, or back off, or throw a bottle to attract their attention. All these different things that you can do. And now, gosh, I just love the stealth aspect of Sniper Elite. I've probably got, I don't know, probably 3 times as many kills in the game through stealth. So that's, you know, creeping up on people and stabbing them and then getting their body and throwing it into a bush, than I have with the sniper rifle. I mean, the sniper rifle with the slowing down time and is still brilliant, and it's great playing like that. And even the sidearms are much better now, like the submachine guns. But the stealth action of being able to creep around and know where enemies are in. And I know if you listen to this and you haven't played it and you haven't experienced it, you're probably thinking, well, that sounds a bit cheesy. It doesn't sound like it really fits in with the game, but it really does. And it closes that gameplay problem that Sniper Elite had with that close quarters combat in urban environments, where you would just walk into enemies through no fault of your own. And this really helps with that. And I wish they could go back to previous Sniper Elites like 4 and 3 and even 2 and put this back in and mod it back in, because it would really open up the urban levels, because especially in Sniper Elite 4 I couldn't stand some of the urban levels, they were terrible. It was always great when you were out in the countryside when you had plenty of distance, but so they've solved that. One of the problems that Sniper Elite 4 had as well is it had these really big areas and you felt a little bit lost, really. It wasn't like really which order should you do things in, but I think a lot more thought has gone into the design of the maps in Sniper Elite 5, and it does make you want to go from objective to objective and complete everything on the map. And I've spent like 2 hours on some of these maps, not all at once, I save and I go away and I save and I come back again, and I've thoroughly enjoyed cleaning up on these maps and doing all of the objectives. I think it helps that Sniper Elite is back where it should be, which is in kind of mainland Europe. We're in France, it's D-Day, it's that iconic time in World War II where perhaps Italy wasn't as iconic, or the locations they chose for us to play in Italy weren't that iconic, in the same way that Sniper Elite 3 in North Africa was really cool, because if you know about World War II in North Africa, that was excellent, and Sniper Elite 2 in Berlin was really good as well. So it's found its feet that way, and I'm looking forward to the next Sniper Elite being in another location. Maybe we're going to be in Germany again, and we're going to be coming up to the final stages of the war, or they're going to take us somewhere else completely. So there we go, Sniper Elite 5. If you're a fan of the Sniper Elite series and haven't tried this one, do. Honestly, it's one of the best. If you haven't played a Sniper Elite game, I think this is the one to dive into, because it is the most friendly to use. And don't try and play it on Super Sniper Elite level. Play on Marksman or the easier level, so that you can have a good time with it. And honestly, it is very good indeed. Anyway, that's enough for me. What do you think? What's your 2022 game of the year? Put yours in the comment section. Of course, I'll see you again soon.